Hello once again everyone, and welcome to Cruisnick's Purgatory. I'm your host, Cruisnick X, alongside me, the beautiful Arya Stormborn.
Hey y'all.
We are fresh off of the Path of the Samurai on Chris Valentine, and we've returned to Taro Cabot one last time in Stormblood to, one last time in terms of job quest to start one more path that was given to us in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. So today we are going to be starting the path of the Red Mage, or at least we're going to start the path on Tarl and then just progress through it on Chris. But anyway, we are here in Ul'dah to unlock it, and in order to unlock it, we have to come to this distraught lass and complete the level 50 quest, Taking the Red. How about we not waste time?
Oh! I have one called Taking the Black.
I think there is, but let's not get into that.
Oh! Are you an adventurer? Please, you have to rescue my sister! Some horrible people tried to kidnap us just outside the city gates. I managed to break free when a traveler stopped to help, but my sister never caught up to me.
Where are your parents?
Mama and Papa left early to deal with some merchants, and the brass blades don't seem to care what happens outside the city walls. That traveler, he was some sort of mage, I think, but it was 1 against 6. Surely he can stand up against so many. What can I do? Would you please help me?
Alright, let's go. Alright, let's ride. Right outside the city gates indeed.
Don't touch me! Oh, you're not one of them!
Oh! B-E-A... He makes it look so beautiful. And who might you be? You came to lend your aid. My apologies. Had I but known, I would have spared you a villain or two. After all, you seem to share my distaste for those who would prey upon defenseless children. Aye, birds of a feather we are. I am Zerontia, a pilgrim of sorts. Might I know your name, friend? Tall? Now why does that strike such a familiar chord?
Excuse me, I just wanted to thank you for saving me.
My pleasure, child. You are unharmed, yes? Good. Let us escort this brave lass to her sister, then. Lead the way. Alright, let's head back to Ul'dah. But let's not teleport there. Last thing I need to do is go through 2 loading screens. Besides, they're right inside the gate.
You found her, adventurer! Thank you! We are very grateful for your kindness. I was so scared! What do those terrible people want with us? You needn't worry about them anymore, sister. The man in red defeated them all. You saw how he fought, with spells and steel? He's one of those heroes Papa told us about. A crimson duelist. Aren't you?
I did not expect to hear that name this far south into Eorzea.
Then you are a crimson duelist! I knew it!
If your papa is telling his daughters tales of red mages, then he must be from Alamigo, yes? Well, that would explain his choice of bedtime stories. Now, shall we see you lasses home?
We'll be all right from here. Thank you again.
And away they skip. Now, Tarl, was it not? I believe we earned ourselves a celebratory drink. You need not feel compelled, my friend. Should the mood strike you, however, you'll find me staying over at I cannot talk today. Should the mood strike you, however, you'll find me staying over at Blackbrush Station. I find the ale served at the Coffer and Coffin most agreeable. Alright, let's head over to Blackbrush. And now just a simple hop, skip, and a jump to the Coffer and Coffin. Woohoo! Ah, you came. As it so happens, the mother of those girls tracked me down and insisted I accept a reward. Once I mentioned you might be stopping by, she left a token of gratitude for you as well. It seems we've assisted an affluent merchant family, a revelation which might explain the attempted kidnapping, hefty ransom and all that. I'm told the girls were immediately assigned a capable bodyguard, however, so we can drink in peace knowing they are well protected. Oh, I remembered whence I know your name. I mean, honestly, how could I forget one of the liberators of Alamigo? I blame the heat and excess of fine ale. As a native of that troubled land, I must add mine own sincere gratitude to that of my countrymen. It was Alice who first mentioned you to me. After she had alluded to more than a few of your more famous exploits, I became rather curious to meet you myself. Ah, how do I know the indomitable Alice? Our paths crossed quite by chance. A fellow traveler met upon the road. She expressed an interest in red magery and persuaded me to instruct her in the basics of the art. She proved a quick study in the arcane side of things, but fencing was something of a challenge. By the end of all lessons, however, she had learned to combine spellcraft with swordplay, when to cast from afar, and when to lunge forward with a well-timed thrust. And what of you, my friend? Have you any interest in the art? I suspect you would make an exceptional red mage. I am deadly serious. A man who would rush to the aid of a stranger's child without fear or hesitation is a man I would trust with the power of red magic. But even beyond that, I sense in you a kindred spirit. Be warned, however, that my style of teaching is a practical one. I will expect you to join me on my journey and assist me in aiding others. Accept those terms, and I will bestow upon you the accoutrements of a red mage. Are you familiar with soul crystals? This particular stone is attuned to past wielders of red magics, and will fill your mind with a firm foundation of technique. You need only reach forth your hand. Alright. I'm down. Are you prepared to walk the path of a red mage? One word, and the soul crystal is yours. You will not regret this decision, my friend. Gods above! For a moment there, I thought you meant to refuse me. A host of red mages committed their memories to this gem, and now it is yours. Absorb the knowledge it contains. Then we will discuss the finer points of red magic. But first I should give you that reward. And with it, we've completed the first part of the level 50 quest line. Red Mage unlocked. And the achievement unlocked, How Deep the Rabbit Hole Goes, 1. Alright. First and foremost, let's equip our new weapon. We've unlocked the balance gauge. The balance gauge displays the current amount of black mana and white mana a red mage has accumulated. Black mana is accumulated by casting spells commonly associated with black magic, such as fire or thunder. And white mana is by casting spells associated with white magic, such as arrow. There are also some spells and actions that affect both. When both black and white mana reach a certain amount, weapon skills such as Riposte become enchanted and will deal additional damage. If the gap between black and white mana accumulation grows too large, the crystal at the top of the gauge will change color, and it will become more difficult to accumulate the lesser of the two. We've also got the red attire coffer, which I have a feeling will be a huge disappointment as opposed to his, but we gotta start somewhere. For legs, we have the red gaskins. For feet, the red boots. For chest, the red belod. The red gloves for hands. And the red hat for the headgear. Not bad. I mean, I'd much rather have his outfit, but we all gotta start somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that, let's continue the quest line with the level 50 quest, the Crimson Duelist. I see from the glint in your eye that the Soul Crystal has surrendered its secrets. Welcome to the ranks of the Red Mages. The art we practice is born of noble origin. Its balanced and controlled energies were once used to stem the tide of destruction and reclaim a future for the dispossessed. I speak of the age some 1500 years past, when the clash of two sorcerous civilizations brought about the sixth umbral calamity. Ere the great floods rose, people fled from their homes and into the mountains of Girabania. Even mages of Mach and Omdapur were to be found amongst the refugees. These wizardly practitioners became targets of retribution for the part they played in upsetting the natural balance, and soon did they shed their robes of black and vestments of white. If people were to survive and rebuild following the disaster, however, they would need the power of the arcane. Thus were the principles of black and white magery reinvented, and upon their combined foundation, an entirely new discipline was built. Red magic. But I have prattled on about the history of it long enough. Far better that you experience red magic firsthand. There remains the mystery of who sent kidnappers after these poor girls, and I have a feeling attempts to unearth the culprit will provide the battle practice you require. Before we plunge into the fray, however, there are questions I would ask. Come with me to Eastern Thanalan. to the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Alright, off to Camp Drybone. Man, I haven't been here in ages. Alright, here we are. Now, before we continue, I do have to make one quick announcement. At the time of this recording, and the subsequent recordings that you'll see throughout the Path of the Red Mage, the release of the new expansion, Shadowbringers, has already been done. As such, there are several changes that have been made to all of the jobs, with the exception of Black Mage. But we'll get more.
Not bitter about that at all, are you?
What?
Not bitter about that at all, are you?
No, I'm not. But in doing so, there will be a lot of things that weren't in Stormblood that you will see in this video. In these videos. So I will explain all of those in a future episode of Path of the Red Mage after all of the Shadowbringers stuff. It'll prove to be a very informative video. But anyways, let's continue on with Zeruntia. Toll, there you are. I would introduce you to Father Iliad, but I believe the two of you are already acquainted. Zerun has told me the tale of nefarious spellcasters and their attempt to kidnap 2 young girls. And you wish to ask if this thaumaturgical cabal is known to me, yes? There are several such cults which come to mind, but I must have more detail. You say each member said some rather unusual traits? Aye. Not one word spoken over the entire exchange, not one shift in expression when I urged them to yield. Each of them also appeared branded with some manner of tattoo, a sigil pulsing with arcane energy. Ah, an evil practice. Such cursed sigils are known to destroy the will of the bearer, resulting in a biddable puppet which acts in such the manner you have described. There is no salvation for such wretched creatures. Then we must seek the fiends who pull their strings. Pray, learn what you can of this cabal and its purpose, Father. Tarl, we have another task to attend to. I suggest some light stretching before you step outside. You'll soon understand why. You have learned all Red Mage actions and traits to level 50. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the Actions and Traits window, accessed under Character in the main menu. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to redo my entire hotbars, but for right now, we've got more important things to worry about, so we'll just have to work with what we got. Let's get this over with. Did you notice we were being followed, Tom? The very cabal we are investigating seems to have taken an interest to us. I sense an ambush in the offing. Do they seek to silence us, perhaps? Well, let them try. This will be the perfect opportunity for you to test your newly acquired skills. But first, a brief lesson. A red mage's spells belong to two distinct schools, rooted as they are in the ancient disciplines of black and white magic. Intertwined, they form the solid core of red magic, and through the balanced casting of both disciplines can a red mage build this foundation higher and higher. When your strength has reached its peak, that is when you lunge forward and unleash the energies thrumming within your blade. And then you leap away, returning to the first step. It is a dance, my friend. Come out wherever you are. We have no intention of running or hiding from you. I wear a sword, as you can see, but I am not partial to violence. Is there no chance we might attempt a parley in lieu of bloodletting? How unsettling. Well, Tarl, it seems you will have your battle. Remember what I have taught you. Alright, here we go. With what I've got for a hotbar, I'm gonna have to deal with this. Start with the fundamentals. Cast both white and black magic. Hit as evenly as possible. Now they send another. We were not expected to survive the first attack. Aye, that's the way. Now channel that power through your blade. Well, that was fun. These puppets must have a leader lurking nearby. Let's take the battle to our ambushes, shall we? But before we resume the hunt, let's be sure of your technique. As a red mage, you are capable of casting 2 spells in rapid succession, using what is known as the dual cast effect. Intone a short spell, and you'll find that a lengthy incantation can now be cast in an instant. Take advantage of this technique to bombard your foes with arcane destruction. Alright. Remember, balance black and white and take full advantage of dual cast. What have we here? A wayward orb of ether. An impressive display. You were born to wield the red. Oh, I'm petrified. Another one. Ah, the Fallen sent ether to their allies. Oh, god damn it. It's a good thing he has Beer Cure. Your energies approach their apex. Watch for an opening, then plunge your blade home. Follow the sphere. It will lead us to the source of this ambush. The ether of the Fallen, gathered for some dark purpose. Hound of the Netherrealm, accept this feast of souls. May our lives serve as payment for the destruction of our foes. Sacrifice himself to that demon dog just to kill us? I'd be flattered if I weren't so horrified. Where are those fangs? Keep your distance from the ether it spews. Ow. That's bullshit. Wait for it. Duty complete. And with a terrible hotbar. Well done, Toril. You have exceeded my expectations. Which is a fortunate thing, for I did not anticipate the arrival of that fearsome hound. These mages were willing to forfeit their own lives to ensure that we lost ours. Do you see? The brand on their left cheek? This is the cursed sigil which stole their will and left her vulnerable. Which stole her will and left her vulnerable to the most heinous of commands. Our ambushes were young men and women, every one, all transformed into mindless pawns by some hidden master. And this master has shown no compunction against sacrificing pieces that outlive their usefulness. No, this cannot stand. Heed me, Tall. You have begun your education in red magic, but there is much more I would teach you. Come, let us return to the Lich Yard. The question of who would do such a thing would just remains. But hopefully we'll have those answers soon. Oh. I just ran right past them. Know you the history of these graves? The church's Lich Yard is the final resting place for many victims of the Seventh Umbral Calamity. Red magic was conceived to stem such tides of destruction, in an age when the abuse of sorcery flooded the world with death. Its distinction from earlier disciplines is key. Whilst practitioners of black and white magic draw upon ambient ether, a red mage weaves his spells using only the reserves of mana with which he was born. In the era in which red magic was created, to do otherwise was forbidden. To manifest more powerful effects, the first red mages adopted a method by which precise sword techniques would harness and amplify the energy of their spoken incantations. The mage's own physical form serving as an arcane accelerator, an ingenious way of preserving their self-imposed limitations. Understand that the blade we wield is not simply a weapon. It is the focus of all our efforts to lessen strife and suffering. Every generation of Red Mage is part of an unending battle. We are soldiers who fight for those enduring violence and subjugation. The bulwark against the unkind vagaries of fate. "20 years ago, I joined the revolutionaries in Alamigo, and learned red magic alongside like-minded companions. We formed the Crimson Duelists, and together we rose up against the tyranny of the Mad King Theodoric. We were crushed. Of all the duelists, only I survived to watch our homeland languish under the rule of imperial invaders. Until you arrived there, of course. Even after leaving Alamigo, I never ceased fighting for its liberation. And when I learned of the calamity, of the threat to all the lands of Eorzea, I allied myself with the valiant scholars of Sharlayan. In the end, I was unable to protect my homeland or halt the approach of fiery disaster. But never once in all these years have I betrayed the oath the duelists swore to champion the weak with heart and steel. Such is the nature of the magic you will learn from this idealistic fool. If you would master this art, however, then my road shall become your road for the duration of your studies. I will remain here at the church for the time being, and be a pest to the good Father Iliud until we uncover the origins of this cult. Your only chore shall be to reflect upon the lessons of the day and prepare for our next encounter. And with that, we've completed the level 50 quest. The next quest will be available upon reaching level 52. Can't wait to really get into this job now. But it won't be with Tarl. When next we go live, we will be continuing the path of the Red Mage with Chris Valentine and completing the level 52 quest, A Rewarding Struggle. But until then, that's going to be it for this episode of Kruznix Purgatory. I want to thank Aria Stormborn for joining me, even though we lost her halfway through this live stream. And I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live with PlayStation and you like this show, click the follow button. Be sure to turn on notifications so you're informed of all of my live streams and videos the moment they air. And be sure to subscribe to me for exclusive access to Kruznix Purgatory. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode. And click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Kruznix signing out.